We're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to who are we again?
PATHCO.
PATHCO. No, we're PATHCO.
PATHCO.
We're PATHCO.
Yeah.
Whatever.
For all of your sewer-related
I thought
requirements.
because it was going to happen anyway, I might as well do it myself. Welcome, everyone, to the magical, wondrous world of PATHCO, where these four adventurers, Dave, Brother Glanvar, Thyra, and Sigmund, are currently... does someone care to fill in on that?
We've gone back to school.
Yeah, I think we're infiltrating Hogwarts for some reason. What?
What was that?
Yeah, we're fighting our way through Hogwarts.
We're not fighting. It's important to say we're not fighting
yet.
anyone. Yet.
I already fell down a staircase and shot a fog cloud at 3 people.
Yeah, it went really well last time.
I think it did as well.
I mean, we've not been discovered yet.
Sure enough.
Oh, I should get the wiki.
Indeed.
True dat.
Okay, so you guys are in the corridor down there.
We are. That's us.
If you go this way, this seems to sort of lead to a main hall area, and these doors lead to the auditorium, to an auditorium on your right. Sigmund, in the meantime, you are in the sick bay. Indeed,
Hello.
right there.
Infirmary.
And you've been sort of talking to Edwin Waterfront and Dr. Payne, who is the overseer of the med bay.
Edwin was the guy that we found in a cupboard.
You did.
Basically, it's a cupboard that we also came out of. I mean, probably took a few years off his life, but we're friends now. It's all cool.
It's true.
Okay, is that the scene we're coming in on, or are we coming in on the...
Yeah, I think that we are going to start with Sigmund von Beck in the med bay.
I think you mean Simon Mondbeck.
Ah, yes, of course. Simon Mondbeck.
Mondbeck.
Mm-hmm.
Legally distinct.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do we leave this?
Yeah, I think that what has just happened is that upon surveying your face and noticing, the acid burns, Payne has gone to get something to treat you with, and he has assigned you a bed upon which to rest until he returns.
Cool. Can I have a quick look around of this room? Is everywhere kind of open to me? Are there any areas that are kind of like curtained off? Because this is close to the, we've established this is close to the morgue as well, right? So,
well, maybe. I mean, I never told you guys, and I didn't even tell you guys that the university had a morgue.
Oh, I thought it was established in one of the previous things that the this is kind of why Sigmund.
I got that. It's on the map. I can't find now because we've got so many fucking handouts. Oh my god.
Yeah, there is a clinic, which was the alternative location where Olaf's body might be.
Might be.
But that is just
28,
another building.
28.
That's another location on
I
the map.
told you we should have stolen that corpse.
Oh,
It's
so
not
the
close to
clinic's
steal.
not, the clinic's not here, right?
No, it's another building.
We should have stolen the other corpse.
There aren't any other corpses. We haven't got any corpses right now.
Indeed. Yeah,
Ah, jeez,
but
that's the worst one.
Olaf's
Corpses
office
there.
is still here.
Yeah, that's what
which is
Dave
obviously the
and
scene of
others
the crime.
are looking for.
Okay. Well, Sigmund's at least looking around if there's anything suspicious here. Trying to overhear any discussion. Trying to lead conversation in a, well, I bet you don't get much excitement around here. I guess someone coming out of the sewers with a mouthful of acid is probably the strangest thing you've seen all week.
Okay, well, I think that Edwin himself is going to respond to you. Strangest thing we've seen all week. You must not be from around here, are you?
Well, I guess not. Why don't you educate me?
Yeah, I mean, haven't you read the record?
No.
Well, there's been the whole thing with Professor Peachwood, and well, I mean, there's Professor Kewin over there, and he points down the hall to the guy with the fish.
Illustrated on the map, which I appreciate.
Yep, it is illustrated on the map. And as he points, like, Kewin looks at you and sort of crows, "Please save me." So we had that. I heard that at Alchemy they went through a floor again, though at least this time it wasn't mutagenic, so we're happy about that. And there was, I believe, well, there's Dr. Pepper always, of course. She's something. And, well, in any case, I mean, I'm from engineering, so honestly, we get the least weird stuff. But the guys at Alchemy, the guys at, I mean, I think it's been a while since we've had an accident at one design, but honestly, only means that there's one bound to happen anytime soon.
What was that first one, by the way? Some kind of like applewood or something?
Oh, that's Professor Peachwood. He's, well, if you haven't read the record, then I suppose I'll tell you.
Oh no, I can't read.
That certainly explains a lot of things. We've had a series of murders in Blackwater recently, and well, the city guard thinks that they're connected, and well, of course, the record jumps onto that. They've even named the bugger who city guards thinks did them. Honestly, I think the Blackwater Sailors is a ridiculous name. Well, it's all publicity anyway, I suppose. But in any case, so we thought that he'd just stay, around the industrial district where he's been, going about his business, I suppose. But, well, recently, I'm afraid that Professor Peachwood himself became the victim of a murder.
Oh, what? Right, he was walking around in the grounds, and the sailor jumped him over a fence.
What? No, I mean it actually happened in his office. It's been cordoned off. The guards, it's on there 24/7.
Wait. So hang on, you tell me that a serial killer came in to his office, snuck in, and then killed him, and then went out again?
Well,
I'm from.
Apparently,
I'm from. Does that not seem a bit weird to you?
What exactly are you implying here?
Oh, no, I'm not implying anything. Sorry. Sig's gonna back off from that thing now that he's raised that, and he's gonna come into a conspiratorial conversation with someone at a later point. No, you're right. That makes perfect sense. No, you're cool. Has anyone kind of
roll me a diplomacy to see how convincingly you can direct the conversation away from that remark?
Well, basically, here's the thing, right? It also doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for a random street-based serial killer to break into someone's office and kill them. So it's not like Sig has secret information at this point. I think if Sig needs to go into his cover story is that he's from Scumport, and there's a lot of serial killers in Scumport.
Oh yeah.
And it's real weird for some random hack and slash merchant to specifically break into someone's office to kill someone. That is a bit weird.
A serial killer, a hack and slash merchant.
Yes, this is if you want to make that be an in-character comment, then absolutely we can make that be a thing, right?
I think that sowing the idea that it might not be what it seems is also a good idea, because isn't the whole thing that we think he was politically assassinated?
Yeah.
Which is
So
what we're
basically, the reason
investigating.
why Sig's just raising this in like
Oh yeah.
what I think is a relatively low-key-ish manner, because it's not that out there to
Okay.
raise it.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
is to
You don't
see-
need to roll me anything for that. Yeah.
Is
That's
to
fair.
see who is a perception check for who responds to Sigmund saying that in this
Right.
room. Does that
Okay.
make
Yeah.
sense?
That is definitely something that you can do.
Okay.
Roll that dice, or hit the button in this case, because we don't.
Okay,
have
I
actual
will
dice.
hit that button. Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad. Okay, so there's
So assume Sig roughly had that conversation in character then. Slash merchant, now Karen.
Yep. Okay. So most of the people here are seemingly a bit preoccupied by whatever ailings
Their
have befallen
afflictions.
them. One of the students closest to you, this lady here, is sort of. She seems to notice you suggesting that and consider it for a second, but she doesn't say anything about it.
I hear a cat.
No one gets sketchy Scooby-Doo eyes. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, cool.
Okay, so as you are going about your business, Dr. Payne returns with a bottle in his hands, and he says, "All right, Mister. What was your name again?"
My name's Simon Mondbeck. The D is silent sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay, Simon Mondbeck.
Mondbeek, actually, yeah.
Simon Montbeek, all right, very well.
Okay.
In any case, Mr. Montbeek, if you would just kindly enjoy this, and he hands you a.
What's this?
bottle.
The drugs? I'll be sure to enjoy it.
Well, I suppose it is drugs, but not in
Glug,
not
glug,
in
glug,
that sense.
Glug, 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 glug.
Okay. Roll me 1d8 plus 5, please.
I thought you were going to say fortitude for a moment.
I fucking thought
No.
1d8 plus what?
1d8 plus 5.
Oh, plus 5.
Yeah.
12. Oh, that's not bad.
You are healed 12 hit points.
Oh, cool.
Almost max.
Yeah, getting back up there. Getting back up there.
Indeed. Okay, yeah. And Pain, as the wounds on your face start to heal, Pain looks at you, sort of studies how it goes, says, well, that should do the trick. It's... what's that? Well, if it's... I'm sorry, Mr. Montbeek, how exactly did you come by these wounds? Are you a helping hand in the alchemy department? Did you drink something you shouldn't have?
No, well, okay, well, yes, but not on this specific time. I
see.
No, we're independent contractors. We were doing some work down in the sewers, and well, it got real messy.
Independent contractors. Since when do we hire independent contractors? As if the city guard walking around here isn't enough.
Well, you didn't. You didn't. But
no, of course I didn't, because I have all my wits about me. We have a city guard, don't we?
The metaphorical academy didn't, but we were doing around in the sewers, pulling out some new. They're trying to diversify where their risk is, and they brought us in to come around. We ended up right underneath. There was a real big effluence occurring, and basically we took care of it, but had to come up through the bottom of the nearest manhole, which brought us here. Honestly, you guys, like your entire faculty has been top notch in helping us. We appreciate that greatly.
Well, you certainly sound like you know what you're talking about. so I won't interfere with your work, of course. I think the tonic should do its job. If any of the wounds come back, please let me know.
Wait, wounds can come back? Usually that only happens when I get punched again.
Well, they don't tend to, but
I've heard that's a thing of scurvy sometimes.
I suppose it really depends on the way the acid works, but given from the little test, it seems like it's just a normal compound. It's not anything magical, but well, in any case,
I hope so. That's terrifying. What are you doing here? I'm just a simple man.
I suppose you are, Mr. Montbeek. I suppose you are. Well, in any case, normally you should be cured. So please go ahead and continue on with whatever it is you've been doing. I have patients to tend to, so I'm afraid my time is a bit short.
I can tell you're a man with lots of patience.
I am, Mr. Montbeek. I am. Now go along. I must tend to my patients.
Okay, I think that's seen.
Okay, and Payne sort of goes down, and you hear him say, "No, Mr. Gawain, how's that fish been doing? Please, release me." And Edwin says, "Oh, well, okay, well, I suppose that's Mr. Payne for you. I think I'll be heading back to my my library. I think I can probably still get a bit of studying done before the day is done. So, well, I suppose if you're here to fight the evil in the sewers, then, well, let's hope that it's gone and that I won't see you around, Mr. Montbeek. Good day."
Yeah, no, that's fine. There's maybe a little paperwork I need to get filled out, but that's not from you. You're probably not going to see me again. Don't worry about it. Let me just... I've been working a long shift, so forgive me if I take a small nap. But I'll be out of your hair, sure enough.
All right. Well, take care of yourself. Goodbye.
I occasionally do, thank you.
Okay, so Edwin leaves the med bay to sort of leave you to your devices. In the meantime, Dave, Glanvar, and Thyra, what is your plan of action? What are you doing? Where are you going?
Wait, find the stairs and find the office.
I found the stairs and fell down.
No,
them.
those are the stairs downstairs. We need to find the stairs upstairs, though.
Right. Okay. Well, isn't this area here stairs up?
No, that's the auditorium.
Well, those stairs there are down, aren't they?
No, that's also the auditorium.
That's also the auditorium.
What the fuck? Where were the stairs I fell down?
You'll just have to imagine them being in an alcove along this corridor.
Right, gotcha.
Because,
okay.
well, map convenience.
I'd also like to remind everyone that Dave is wearing the fancy student clothes. So
yes,
he's like a little small student.
The fantasy student clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, fantasy and fancy.
Both.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So we need to kill.
No.
10.
No, we need to kill anyone. We need to find some stairs.
15 people.
No. Stairs. Let's go. Let's.
Okay.
Which way was the way that we came from? Mon?
I'm sorry?
Which way was the way that we came from? Was it that way or was it this way?
You guys have come from... Where's my pointer? You guys have come from that away.
Okay.
And this way is sort of to the main hall.
Let's have a look.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna have a look. Please come with me, Thyra and Glanvar, please.
Yeah. I'm behind you.
Cool. Thanks.
Where are we trying to go?
This way. We're just looking for some stairs. That's literally all Dave's doing.
If only we had divination. Oh no.
Yep.
Well, that's more people. There are stairs there, though.
Indeed.
Sort of.
So this is basically a sort of a big main hall with pillars, as you can see, sort of these octagonal things, and with two large statues of what you assume to be some kind of university founders or other figures of importance. You also note that there is a sort of a significant presence of city guards at the front of the big hall, who seem to just be stationed here on lookout. And there is a corridor down here opposite to you, and there are sort of archways that go in this direction.
But we're still trying to get upstairs, right?
But so like this is a bunch of stairs going up to the second floor. It's just like the really wide ones, really like a gallery.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the really wide sort of.
All right, so Dave can get past easily enough because he looks like a student.
You two can be my bodyguards.
We're gonna struggle a bit, I think.
You can be my bodyguards. I'll pretend to be a fancy boy, then I buy bodyguards.
Well,
that's what rich people do,
so
right?
fancy he can only hire dwarves.
We know that they made it seem like that professor guy got killed by the serial killer, so it makes total sense for you to have bodyguards.
Exactly, and I don't know, I liked dwarves. You guys were cheap.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how rich people act.
Definitely one of the two. Probably not I like dwarves.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Let's just go.
Just pro tip, I'm not super into that logic chain. So can we like walk with Dave in the middle and me and Glanvar on either side?
Yeah, Dave's just gonna sort of walk out around the corner,
definitely.
like he knows exactly where he's going, like he's always belonged here. With the logic that if you look like you know what you're doing, people don't bother you much, which is a real life fact.
That is very much a life fact.
It's very unfortunate.
So as you are walking around, think that one of the guards is going to approach you and ask, excuse me. And as he notices, Thyra, the weapon that you and Glanvar are carrying, what are you planning to do with those, eh? Who are you guys?
Well, if you do your job properly, they won't have to do anything with them. These are my bodyguards. I've heard about all the bad things going on.
Thyra has her arms crossed and just takes a step back so that Dave can talk to them.
Thank you, Thyra.
And is just otherwise regarding the guy totally silently.
Okay. Well, I suppose that it is advisable to have a bit of protection around with the sailor going on about his business, but I'd watch your tone if I were you. Bodyguards might protect you from the ever so loitering about miscreant, but they're no failsafe against the arm of the law, man.
We don't have any intention of breaking the law, so neither of us have anything to worry about.
I would hope so. On your way.
Thank you. Hurry. Assume Glanvar is coming with us.
Yes, Glanvar's coming with.
Yeah, it's just you had a mission token.
Good.
Nice. Where are we going?
He's not going to separate off just yet.
It's just scurrying upwards, basically. Hoping no one else stops us. Come on, let's have a look around. We need to find the door that's got...
This halfling's remarkably fast for something so short.
In this room,
we need to find the door that's got police tape over it.
Yeah, they seem to be just sort of scholars of the university squabbling and talking to each other.
Who all look very similar.
Yes, well,
no,
it's the standard tokens.
Oh, great!
So
Even bigger room. Cool.
Oh my god. Right.
Okay, so as you
Can you imagine if there was a
here,
fight here? It would take us like an entire 10 turns just to move across the room.
That was what it was like in the sewer. It's why I was doing Lightning Lord all the time.
Yeah. So basically, in this room, you again have statues and pillars, you have a big sort of ornamental pond in the middle of it. And you have 2 big staircases that go up towards the first floor. You have 2 little staircases.
Are we on the first floor? Or were we
You're on the ground floor.
So were we in like the basement level before when we were down there?
Yeah, you were.
Oh, I didn't realise. Okay.
Yes. So you're currently on the ground floor. The cupboard with where you found Edwin was on the basement level.
Mm-hmm.
And Peachwood's office is on the ground. This first floor.
First floor, yes.
Sorry.
I remember.
First floor.
I remembered that from somewhere. I think Mom Bang must have told us something.
Yeah. So you have the stairs to the first floor, and you have 2 small stairs, and what seems to be sort of an ornate, like, metal elevator. That both go to the basement level.
Oh, so those ones are the stairs down at the top.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. Well, we're going upwards then. Keep moving like we know what we're doing. Dave will say to his companions.
Okay.
We don't know what we're doing.
Just like you know what you're doing. As if. Pretend.
First time for everything, I guess.
Basically, each one Glanvars look tough.
Yeah.
Glanvar can manage.
Yeah,
Look like your
that's ideal.
bodyguards to a small, fancy little halfling boy.
Yeah.
So then it's
Easy.
like, do those...
Fancy.
Do either of these bodyguards bother us? Or, not bodyguards, cops?
No, they don't seem to.
Oh, good. Let's keep going then. Whoop. Oops.
Alright, I've opened up the, on the right there, so you can go to the first floor.
Oh, that's the first floor, is it?
Yes.
Up. God. Wait, where are we now?
Squeaking.
On the right, to the right on the map, you can see that the first floor is also on this map.
Right,
I've
I'm
moved
with
Dave onto it.
Mm.
There we
Are we
go.
on the right? We're on the wrong side of the map.
Oh, wait.
you. Yeah, that's true. We
Yeah,
should
you
go
are.
with the
You are on
staircase.
the other staircase.
Okay.
Parkour.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, here you guys see 2 staircases, sort of turning staircases to the second floor and up, and there is a door here. That's an archway, really,
What?
and there is an archway on this side as well, and you have doors here and doors here.
Is there any signage?
Not immediately, no.
Is anyone
Is there
like
any
going?
secret signage?
Is anyone like going in or coming out of these doors? Or are any of them like marked as? Well, I guess if there's no signage, none of them are marked as being, faculty only or anything like that.
Not specifically, no.
I just want to make sure we're not going to get in trouble if we walk into one of them.
What if we just poke our head through this door here?
Yeah, why not?
Oh yeah, you can.
Fuck it, right?
We do the Scooby-Doo style
that's just-
stacking heads.
Yeah, like that's just
Yeah,
an
no.
archway into a longer corridor that goes sort of like this all the way down. And you do see some signage here. And well, you also sort of, as you approach this side of the first floor, you start to smell sort of like chemicals almost, like sort of the slight smell of, how no, I suppose you wouldn't know what a lab smells like.
No, I do know what you mean.
What a lab smells
Yeah.
like.
I know what a lab
Build a
smells like.
biochem degree.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's sort of
Backstory.
that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like industrial strength cleaning properties.
Yeah, exactly. That's sort of like the smell that is wafting towards you here.
Did you say
And
there
on
were
the-
signs, by the way?
Yeah, there are some signs here. Over there is a sign that says alchemy faculty adjunct library. And here there is a sign that says alchemy faculty lab, and then with a sort of a number code behind it.
Did we
Probably
find
not
out
the right
what
direction,
Peachwood was a professor of?
It was said to you that Olaf was in architecture.
I think I might have written that down. So look at my notes.
Yeah, that's basically what you've been told, that his cover domain, well, that is his expertise, but also kind of his cover is that he is an architecture professor, more specifically towards like siege architecture and probably like the city walls and stuff, like fortress architecture.
Ah, so definitely the wrong department.
Definitely the wrong way.
Yep. All right. What if we just? Oh no! God damn
What's
it! I shut
behind door number
What's
2?
up here? Does that look like it leads to the same place those doors back in the main room, dude? Just walk around the outside of this. Trying to look not suspicious.
This over here is a wall.
There is a wall. Okay, let's not walk into that. That would definitely be suspicious.
Nailed it. Just catch on the wall for a while, like a Bethesda NPC.
Oh yeah. So as you guys are exploring
rare
the
breed
first
of creature.
floor, Sigmund, what
Meanwhile,
are you up to?
Okay, so how much time has passed since we've last... Come on, Sigmund. He's been at least pretending to have...
I keep hearing kitty noises.
Yeah, he's been alone for like a couple of minutes, like 10
Well,
minutes.
there's like the I don't want to necessarily say nurse type lady, but the person that was close to him that was looking a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, another student in the infirmary, a young lady whose both arms are in sort of big casts.
Dang, what happened to you?
Well,
He says that he's moving over to her, so he's just speaking a slightly low voice if he needs to.
okay, she gives you a bit of a weird look, but she says, well, I was working in the alchemy department, and well, let's just see that there was a bit of a reaction that we didn't see coming, and that I was at the front of it.
Tell me about it. My niece used to get up to all kinds of shenanigans with that kind of thing, but wow.
Is she from around here, your niece?
Oh no, Scumport. But I think she went and did some study in Graudsburg.
Right. So Midland.
Sure, I move around a bit.
It's interesting. She seems to have gotten a fair amount more suspicious of you once you mentioned that you weren't from around here.
Oh well, he had said this to someone already.
Oh yeah, that's true. I suppose I sort of skimmed over that. But
yeah, that's why he was willing to say it. But that can happen. It can overheard that before. Like, but
yeah.
you know, it's you know how it is. I've been here some time. You probably haven't seen me about. I'm mostly down in the sewers. But dealing with those alchemical creations, those and he'll list off a couple of things that he's seen down there to try and build a repartee of weirdness with this alchemical type person.
Okay.
And assuming that goes the kind of way that we would anticipate, he'll ask some questions about what you do to. Yeah, he'll ask some questions about what you'd need to do to cause the kind of weird thing that went into his mouth.
Well, I mean, that looked like an acid wound, didn't it? I mean,
An acid wound, you say?
An acid wound.
Oh yeah. There was like this weird, like squiddy thing that just went right into my mouth. It was like a critical hit.
Right. So, well, if it's an animal, then that's a good question.
I mean, are you trying to make those on purpose, or is that just an accidental thing that happens?
How do you mean make them?
Well, they're here, so something made them, right?
What here?
No, in the sewers underneath the university.
Oh.
Here.
Well, I wouldn't know what's in the sewers. I mean, no idea what goes on around there.
Well, it seemed there was some kind of like effluvia, kind of like dredging down, and it was causing some weird stuff happening down there. And that's what we were briefed on, to be honest. Weird stuff underneath the academy, they'd say.
Well, if you're briefed on it, then I suppose that, higher ups know about it, then they'll probably do something about it then.
Yeah, I know, but I might come into them like, okay, so I'll level with you. So I'm in a situation where I'm probably gonna come across these kind of things again at some point in the future, and the higher ups are the higher ups. Like, you know how it is. You've got the people on the up and up who talk amongst themselves, and you've got people on the lower levels like me and you, right? And sometimes the information doesn't necessarily flow in the way that you'd hope. They say, "Oh, there's some kind of random alchemical creature there," but what I'm trying to get is some just information on,
Well,
if I'm maybe
that's
before.
Maybe that's how it goes in Midland or wherever you're from. But I'll have you know that the Chancellor actually walks around here daily. I've even talked to him. Yeah,
I came
very
straight
nice
here.
man,
I was
actually.
very badly. So who's the Chancellor?
Oh, that's Mr. Michaels. Maximilian Michaels. He's in he's of the alchemy department, actually, just like myself. But he's been here for ages.
Oh, sure. I mean, is he like a good? Is he like a good guy?
I mean, yeah. He's really nice. He's very friendly as well. I mean,
did he invent the Michael flask?
The what?
Oh, never mind. Don't worry about it.
No, he's. Actually, I'm wondering because he's been here for a long while, but he's not actually that old. So I mean, he must have been really good to become Chancellor that early.
Oh, sure, yeah. Like you see that in my line of work.
I think you cut out a bit there at the end.
Oh, yeah, like you see that in my line of work.
Right.
Is he not worried? Like you said something about like a serial killer, one of the other faculty members. Like, is that like worry around?
Yes. Well, I mean that is certainly something to be worried about. But the city guard has been increasing their patrols. Normally they don't really come in here, but now there's a pretty steady patrol of them. And the Chancellor says that the last thing that we got to do is, start hampering our daily lives just because something like that happens, and that we should, leave the matters like that to him.
Sure.
I mean, City Guard is around now, so things have changed. And
that makes sense. Hey, maybe that's where they're bringing in more contractors for looking in the sewers because they're busy taking care of things like above ground, right? That would make sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That understands where I'm getting gigs nowadays. I mean, that's cool. There's not much. I'm not really a man for fancy book learning. I can't even read.
That's
like,
sad, but...
it's fine. It's because I'm incredibly stupid. But that's not true. Anyone could learn. I'm crazy. But in terms of the situation with the serial killer, I mean, what's his deal? Like, who is the serial killer targeting? What's going on there? It just seems a bit strange to take out an academic or something. Like, if I'm going to be doing work underneath this university, it seems like I need as much information as possible.
I don't really know. That's something that I suppose you'd have to ask the city guard, not me. Or maybe someone from the Blackwater Record, although I wouldn't take their word for most things. They're a bit, sensational when it comes to things like that.
The Blackwater Record, that's the newspaper, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I suppose that sometimes it's handy to sort of read about what's going on, but well, I don't really like the Record. It's especially with the whole serial killer thing. They've really been, well, selling it as a headline rather than, well, treating it with a bit of, well, I mean, it just worries people, doesn't it? And I mean, the Chancellor can say what he wants about, we've got everything under control right now. And I mean, I believe him, but still, I mean, you don't feel safe when you walk around outside. Not that I can go outside with these casts, but, well, you get the picture.
No, I get the picture.
You've got the Record just going on about, oh, what's going to happen next, guys? What's next on this episode of actual serial killer terrorizing the streets? I mean, what's that for news?
What do you think, though? What do you think? Because,
what do I think? Well, I try not to think about it as I try to think about it as little as I can, really.
All right. So you don't know what the kind of is he going for academics? Is he going for people in particular?
This is the first time that something like this has ever happened.
Well, the thing is, don't you worry. I've been around many serial killers. Not literally. Well, one time, but don't worry about that.
Okay.
The general thing is just to keep calm. Most of the time, they just hang around their own areas. That's why I'm trying to get as much information as possible. Like I'm trying to figure out what the overall lay of the land is so far. But it seems like go on.
Well, if you're doing something like that, then I think you should definitely talk to the city guard. If anything, to just report what you found.
Fair enough. Oh,
I mean, they take tips from citizens, so I mean, think what best is that you can do is just talk to them and let them sort it out.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll just do that. Just what was your name?
Oh, my name's Hannah.
Hannah. Just
Hannah
one other
Stone.
question. What's with the guy with the fish?
Oh, that's Professor Keewin. He's from the biology department, and well, let's just say that his projects are a bit out there sometimes. But well, I mean, look, I mean the faculty is handling it, but I mean,
Keewin,
trying to eat a colleague. I mean, come on, that's not something that you do, right?
He tried to eat is the colleague the fish?
The fish is the colleague.
Well, yes, that's Professor Keewin. Oh, but you're not from around here, are you? Oh, she moves her cast to face palm, but
okay,
stops
Hannah.
herself as she's going.
Okay, Hannah, I know this is going to be real difficult for you, but I need you to talk to me like I'm
Okay.
and explain things to me like I'm a complete imbecile.
Well, okay. So, Professor Keewin was turned into a fish 3 months ago, thanks to an accident at Wand Design. But he has luckily retained most of his intellectual functions. However, his transformation seems to have come with a curious appetite for unorthodox experiments, and his most recent one involved the surprise attack of a colleague trying to, consume his flesh. And I mean, it's all well and good, I suppose, if it's all regulated, but it's been getting a bit weird. And the chancellor and the people from the biology department always tells us, oh well, we've all got it under control. It's all part of the experiment, but well, you can't help but worry.
It's certainly esoteric. I'll say that much. Huh? No, thanks. Thanks for the heads up. 3 months ago, huh?
Yes. All right. Well, I hope that that's all you need.
It is.
I really would tell you to talk to the city guard if you've got anything about the sailor.
Okay, I will do. Thank you, Hannah. You have. I hope you heal up quick. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. Montbeek.
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 Montbeek. All right. Well, goodbye.
Bye. I think Sigmund's going to start walking out, and he's going to slow down as he goes. Is Payne still by the fish?
Yeah, Payne's still by the fish.
Okay, I'm going to go slowly and see if I can overhear any weird shit happening here.
You don't hear anything per se, but you do see the colleague or the professor who is connected to Professor Kewin sort of out cold, as he seems to have been thoroughly drugged, and you can see Dr. Payne using sort of a like, you know, the kind of thing that you use to like crank up your car when you need to like look underneath it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what he has put between the teeth of Professor Kewin and the arm of the other professor, and he is like cranking it open ever so slowly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, I was going to try and get some more information there, but there's no way of doing that on the suspicious thing. So I think, well, I'm pretty suspicious about this Maximilian Michaels character. I guess I'm going to saunter out.
Okay.
People in positions of power should not be nice. Nothing is more suspicious than that.
Okay. I'm going to get to this corner. Is this a door here?
Where's that? Yeah, that's the auditorium.
I'm going to poke. Is there a glass window or something? Or
there's no glass windows, no.
Ear to the door, see if I can hear anything.
When you lay your ear to the door, you hear a faint voice talking about. So, when we continue with the study of chromatography, we can see that if the gel works correctly, then we can see the compound moving along here, as you can see from the along the acidity gradient. Now, who can tell me? And it sort of goes on like that.
Sounds like a lecture then. Okay. Sig's gonna walk straight off, very purposefully. He's gonna take a piece of paper out of his pack and be looking at it up and down as if he's looking to get someone to sign something. And he's gonna walk into this auditorium area. Can he see any of... Oh, they're not here anymore.
Nope, we went upstairs.
Nope.
Sigmund is loose.
Sigmund is gonna... I think what he'll do is see all of these people up here, think that's a bit suspicious, and just walk straight into this area here.
Okay, that's fair. As you are passing the guards...
I'll give him a nod, like, keep up the good work. All right.
Yeah, I think as you give them a nod, the others sort of also nod, but one of them, someone who seems to have a bit more fancier a guard outfit, I will actually enlarge these pictures for a second so that you can sort of get a look at the outfit.
Okay.
And this lady over here seems to have sort of a bit more of a fancy...
Oh, she's got a ruff.
Yeah. And she says, "Excuse me, sir.
Huh?
What's your business here with that whole get-up? As she looks sort of at your armor and your weapon on your side.
Ah, good eyes there, man. Good eyes. My name's Simon Mondbeek. I'm here. He just gives a big sigh. Been here. It's been a hell of a night, to be honest. We were doing some freelance work down in. There was just a real catastrophe. We had to come up. I've just been up through the clinic, and presumably I've got a bottle of the stuff they gave me. I've got kind of paperwork to show that I was in the clinic, right? Or
and the sewers, did you say? So is
Sure.
there actually anything going on there?
Not anymore. You're welcome, by the way.
Bloody academics. Of course, the Chancellor told us, he said, no, we have everything under control. There's nothing happening in the sewers. We keep it very clean. Well, apparently not. And as it seems, and she sort of gives you a look, he's been hiring contractors to do the work behind our backs.
Not the academy. We were brought in generally by the city, but we just happened to be doing a general. Well, to be honest, and he leads in conspiratorially. It was just real bad under here. We just kind of had to pop up for air. Sorry, your name was Captain, I'm assuming?
Yes, I don't think my name is anything of your concern.
All right,
You
Captain.
said that the city hired you. Well, if the city would hire anyone, it would be us.
Look at my face. I have had
Reluctantly, I will do so.
a horrible acid creature tried to go into my mouth. Ma'am, I look around at you and your fine set of protectors of this city right now, and I can see you are people this city deserves to have. I'm an idiot who, let's be honest here, is entirely disposable. So I wouldn't feel too bad about this turn of events.
Seems that you're pulling into question the competence of my guard members not to die in some random sewer. However...
No, honestly, no. Like, trust me,
Actually,
random shit can happen.
If you have been contracted by the city, where's your paperwork?
Yeah, sure. And he just pulls out some goop. Oh God! Like, you'll have to go to the gaffer.
Ugh. Well, if they are acid creatures, I suppose it would. Oh, that's disgusting.
Like, honestly, this is
I
grim.
think-
Like, you're well done out of it.
Well, I suppose so. Well, considering that your work is done, it would be quite nice if you left. In the meantime, I am going to see if I can catch Mr. Michaels, because honestly, I am getting fed up with him not telling us anything about what his academy causes in their runoff of the sewers, and then apparently someone has to go hire you to go deal with the problem instead of everything being properly administrated.
Michael's right. He's the chancellor, right?
Yes, he is. Unfortunately for us.
Oh, what's his deal? Like, I heard he's real nice or something.
He's nice when you talk to him, of course. But honestly, the man's policies sometimes don't make sense to me. He is trying to keep us out of everything. He's all well and good when you talk to him. He's actually quite sociable and a very nice man, but he's very possessive of his academy. It's just a bother to have this man help out with collective, properly organized administration across the city's institutions. And I will tell you that in itself is no small task, especially not when someone like Michaels prefers to keep all of his documents in his own hands rather than sharing them with the city guard, as he well should, especially when there is a serial killer on the loose that has just broken into his academy.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Like, that's real weird, right?
Well, as weird as you'd name the escapades of a deranged serial killer, then yes, it is weird.
Well, I was wondering about this because we're out and about. Like, what's the MO of this serial killer? Because is he going after academics? Am I fine because a bag of rocks, or is it like more of a locale thing?
As far as we can tell, his MO is that he's deranged. Now he has no idea what he's doing, and he has to be stopped immediately. And I think that is about the information I'm willing to divulge with you.
Fair. Can I sense some?
Yes, you can.
Ooh.
8. She is definitely hiding something.
Okay. Suspicious. All right.
Okay. So, in the meantime, Brother Glanvar, Dave, and Thyra, you are on the first floor. What is your plan of action?
Careen gently around the room in order to make it look like we're just moving on.
Okay.
I feel like changing direction suddenly is a bit more suspicious.
Yeah. As you come to this side, there are little glass windows in these doors, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And when you look through them, you can see that there is a big... You can see bookshelves, basically.
Yeah,
you can see that there is
library,
something
then.
of a library inside.
Probably not that, then. Keep moving.
That's probably not helpful. Thyra's just doing her best to look really bored and like she's paid to be here. Which she kind of is, to be fair,
But she does enjoy Dave's pleasant company for its own reward.
Sure enough. She's pretending she doesn't
muted. That
enjoy
was really
Dave's.
helpful.
Oh, yeah. Well, you aren't muted anymore, so that's good.
Ah. Let's have a poke through here. See if this is the architecture department.
Let me reveal some stuff.
It'd be really awkward if we did a full lap of this room before finding the right place, wouldn't it? That'd be a little suspicious.
It makes me think of like those games where you have to pretend to be an NPC.
Oh yeah, like Thief Town or whatever.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called. I remember like the McElroys playing it once. And we are pretending to be NPCs.
There we are.
Oh god, there's more of them.
Oh, there's a lot of guards here.
So as you come here, you see that there are a bunch of doors that probably you're not sure what they are, but one of them is painted, has a big red cross painted over it, and you can see a bunch of guards stationed around here.
Do not cross.
And on the doors, you can actually see that there are nameplates on these doors. And with a keen eye, you can spot on this door the name Professor Olaf Peachwood.
And this looks like it's the room's here, along this area. Let me get my pointer out.
So Peachwood's room is here, the one that's got like 2 dudes on either side of the door, right?
Yes.
Does this corridor over here, can I see from where I am whether it has a window at the end of it?
Sure, yeah.
And does it?
Alright. Yeah, does it? Is that a sure like a yes, or a sure like you can see?
There is a window. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Maybe we could come back later.
What if we distract the guards and then Glanvar, using his, banditly might, sort of climbs out through the window and hops in through Thingy's window, and then he can turn the place over while we've got them distracted.
Does that sound like something you can do, Glanvar?
I see no reason.
You cut out a little bit there.
It's definitely within. It's definitely not something I am a stranger to.
Great.
So it's a perfect plan. Another of my perfect plans, such as the corpse stealing one, which for some reason we didn't use.
We haven't found a corpse yet.
I wouldn't
That's
quite
true.
go that far.
We could always do that one later.
Yeah. We probably didn't even need to distract them that much, because it's not like they've got line of sight on the window that he'd be climbing out.
No, but what if he makes a noise? We could always wait here, and then if they seem to be getting, noticed, if he seems to be noticed, we hop in and, you know, distract them.
I'm
something.
more worried about that group of students that's gonna have line of sight on Glanville climbing out the window.
Quick, you'll have to go in and flirt with all 4 of them.
I don't know how to do that.
You can do this, Dave. I believe in you. Or you could just play your lute. That might be better.
I'm pretty good at that.
You are pretty goddamn good at the lute. Sorry, Thor damn good at the lute.
Thor was a god.
He still is.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Definitely an in-character remark.
Yep. Alright, so that's the plan.
Move
I think.
casually over.
Yep.
Okay.
No, that's a bad... Don't stand there. The bloody window is directly behind you.
Yeah, I know. Well, where am I standing?
Well, what if you
we're
stood,
trying
like,
to get Glanville
here?
to get over there.
My thinking was stand, like, somewhere over there, and then you can distract their looks as Glanvar goes out the bloody window.
Come with me, so I've got someone to play the lute to.
Remind me again, which window am I going out?
There's
at
one
the
at
end
the
of this
end
corridor.
Mm-hmm.
What about
Indeed.
all the guards on the left?
Well, if you sort of
They can also be distracted by a lute.
walk with me, and then sort of drop you off, and then I'll walk round again.
Yeah, all 3 of us will walk to whatever this room is.
Yeah. Whatever that room is. That's a good idea, actually. What is that room?
When you look at the signage,
It's an admin.
it says secondary library of architecture.
You nearly go for a bibliothèque there.
Wrong language.
Who doesn't want to go for a bibliothèque at any given point? Okay, so what if I...
Well, like, are these students, like... Are they all just, like, looking at each other? In which case...
Yeah,
they
they
wouldn't
are.
really be paying any attention to any of us.
Yeah, they are just talking amongst each other, yeah.
Let's just hang out in this little sub-corridor until Glanvar is done.
Yeah.
Until Glanvar solves the plot, and then we can all go and do something else.
Yes. If anyone asks, like, while we're waiting out here, we can say, oh, I'm waiting for my friend who's in the library.
Yeah. As
That's
you
good, yeah.
pass
Go,
by,
go.
I think that definitely one of the guards is going to move over and ask you, excuse me, who are you?
He's giving chase.
Oh, I'm Trevor Caddy Whistle.
I say, what's that?
Sorry?
What? Sorry?
The oldest trick in the book.
Yeah, we didn't hear you.
What's
No,
that over there?
No,
You were a bandit.
You're...
Oh god.
Dave's doing distracting, it's fine.
Yeah.
I
I
was
was
good
kind
as
of
Dave can
joking,
do when
but
his
yeah, okay.
player has a
Okay.
headache.
Okay. So, excuse me, who are you?
I'm Trevor Caddy Whistle. These are my bodyguards.
Hello.
Mhm.
You no need to leave your post guarding whatever that place you're guarding is.
Bodyguards, eh? No, probably a merchant's son. Well,
I am.
in any case, it would be nice if you didn't hang around here too much. Actually, you girls, and they sort of turn. You should also get going as well.
Yes.
And the students sort of, without making too much of a fuss, sort of start moving away.
Has he turned around?
Look it.
And the guard says to you, honestly, we try to keep people out of this corridor as much as we can, so we have a good oversight.
Mm.
Well, we'll be out of here as soon as the kid gets his book from the secondary library. Couple minutes max.
All right, sure. Go ahead.
Nice
But if I don't see you in a few
No.
minutes, I will come looking.
Okay, that's a weird thing to say, but alright.
Oh, alright. Go.
Excuse
Got
me a
2
minute.
minutes.
Parkour.
Quick.
Is the window open? Or...
Yeah, you can open it if you want.
Oh, for you.
God,
You have to
what if the window didn't
break
open
it?
at that point? Lambo has
Okay,
to
so-
bodily fling
Where
himself
did
through
your
a window.
bodyguard go? He ran out of patience with life. Yeah, open. He's gonna open. He's gonna clamber through.
Okay. Roll a climb.
Yeah, can you roll a clamber check, please? Oh, there's
No,
only
that's not a
3
climb check.
bookshelves.
Where the heck?
Well, it's
Okay, what's-
only the library for one department.
Yeah, that's true.
1 second,
Hey,
my
so that
character sheet's not throwing the stat. There they are. There it is. Climb.
Please don't roll badly.
Whop.
Thank God.
That's
a pretty good roll.
Rolled a 1 and fell out the window.
Yeah,
That'll be
you,
You say that,
terrible.
but the dice looks like it's about to land on a 1 for me.
Oh,
you have
scary.
no difficulty clambering around because there's a lot of like ornaments and stuff and
Masonry.
like little statuettes on
Go
the
the wrong way,
outside.
go the
It's a
wrong
very
way.
gothic
That's the wrong
building.
way.
You total dog.
He's just going whichever way he pleases.
Hmm.
That's definitely canon of just we see Glanville leave, going the wrong way out the window.
Wrong way, wrong way.
Glanville! Damn it!
Okay. Okay, so you can see indeed that as you pass the window of this office here, you can see that it is empty,
Oh, thank God for that.
and every one of these offices sort of has a little window to it.
Am I looking for a specific office again, or
Yeah, isn't it the next one along?
Yeah,
That's,
one looks like it's someone that was
Captain
murdered
Peach
in it.
Fuzzers.
oh, the one that the guard's standing outside? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, he moves over to the next office.
Okay.
The one that looks like someone would have been murdered in it.
As
Spider
you
dwarf, spider
approach
dwarf.
the window, could you roll stealth, please?
Uh-oh, there's someone in there.
Fortunately, he's pretty good at stealth as well. There we go.
Yeah, apparently so.
Look out! Here comes the spider dwarf.
Was that oh god, I thought that was an 8 for a second, but it was an 18. That's a little
Yeah.
too confident.
Nah, he's good
so
at stealth. He's
you-
not that good at stealth.
Yeah.
Look into the window very sneakily, and you can see that there are some other guards
Ah,
Uh-oh.
shit.
standing around in the office. You can see that one of them is looking down at something behind the desk. Well, behind for you, in front for them, supposedly. And one of them is just stationed there, and the other is looking through the bookshelves.
We might have to come back.
Can I
later.
see the outline on the floor?
No, the desk is blocking it.
God damn it! He's gonna clamber back towards the window. Just poke his head back to the open window.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
it says, you see Glanvar's head appear sort of perpendicularly to the side of the window.
Yeah.
He just looks, pokes his head around and says, "There's guards in there. Make a distraction, would you, or something? Get them out of there."
I do have an idea. It
Oh,
might
yeah?
not work.
That
might
sounds like the best kind of idea.
I might be able
What's
to
the
this.
plan?
put a spell on
Glanvar,
them.
as he disappears back, you can hear him mutter under his breath. "You mean like this idea?"
Yes, it's a good idea.
About as good.
Yeah.
Grumble,
Okay.
grumble, grumble.
Can you like fascinate them or something? Is that a
Yes,
thing?
that's
bards
what
can
I
do?
was. That's what I was thinking of,
Ah.
and I can then make a suggestion. That they all move away.
You do need to catch 8 guards in this, though.
No, just one. Just the one. Oh, just the one that's in charge. Which is probably the one that's inside, but David doesn't know that. So.
Yeah. Well, the one in the middle of the group has a different hat. That's
Yes.
probably a solid start.
Does that one, the one in the middle, look particularly fancier than the others to Dave's untrained eye?
Yes.
Let's give this a go, though. If it goes horribly wrong, we might have to run.
Okay, stay round the corner. They don't have to see you to hear you. I
No.
assume.
Okay.
I'm gonna wander around. I'll have my loot out, like just sort of wandering.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful.
Okay.
I'll like be saying
Hey, who's that? Get him.
I'll be saying to Thara, like, oh, you know what? I bet these
Keep going.
guards would love a bit of entertainment. Hey, you all. You should hear the song that I wrote
Hey,
just
you
about
random
the city
people.
guards. I wrote a song just for you.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
That's very nice, kid, but we'd appreciate it if you just go downstairs, maybe play it for someone else.
Bugger
It's
her
not
off.
exactly the idea that you're walking around here too much.
come on. It's just a few seconds. It's more of a short ballad.
Roll diplomacy.
Roll diplomacy. Can I roll my performance in place of diplomacy, which I can do?
You can.
And it also makes sense. God, where's... Oh, my for some reason, when I have the thing open, the skills section disappears, which is very inconvenient.
That's bizarre.
That's 27. Not quite as impressive as Glanvar's 31 and 34s.
Okay, yeah, 27. Okay. Yeah, they as you sort of do a little riff on your lute, you say, "Oh, come on, just a few minutes." And the captain of these guards says, "All right, fine. Well, you are where we can see you, so that's good. Go ahead then, quickly."
Okay, I'm gonna play, and I'm gonna attempt to fascinate. Let's see, how many can I do? For every 3 levels a bot has attained beyond first, I can target 1 additional creature. So I'm level 7, so that would be 3. Yes, 3.
Okay.
I will target for fascinate the head honcho, one of these guys, and one of those guys. Like basically the 3 that are closest to me, and attempt to fascinate them. I'm mostly trying to concentrate on the one in the middle.
Okay.
Each creature within range receives a will save, DC 10 plus half the boss level, plus the charisma modifier. So that's 10 plus 3 plus 5, so 18.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
I don't know what I'm saying. Something about the police.
What are you saying?
Something about the police, the band. I'm making a pun.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so looking for an 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me quickly check what the will save of these guys is. Gotta scroll because this is pretty far back in my.
They will say there are no particularly strong distractions, no nearby combat, no dangers. So this is an ideal opportunity.
This is true. Okay.
That was a heavy.
That
dice.
fails.
Hell yeah! Which one, or all of them?
Oh yeah, it's different things actually. The captain fails.
Okay, that's the most important one.
The other ones. One fails. Other one also fails. Wow. Yeah, so they all fail.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think I can. Can I only suggest? I think I can only suggest one person at once. It doesn't actually say. I can use my performance to make a suggestion to a creature that I have already fascinated.
All right.
I can use it against more. I can use it more than once against an individual creature during an individual performance. That's useful.
Okay, that's cool.
I'll be singing and then I'll be winding down. I'll say, "Oh, you know what? I suggest you take all of your guards and go report back to your boss." I think that might be another will save, but I need to check.
Yeah, just check for a second. As these guards seem pretty convinced by that, the other 2 find this a little suspicious. I am gonna roll something.
I assume that would be a sense motive.
Or are you? Yeah, indeed, it would be.
That should be a sense motive to beat my performance roll. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
It can influence the actions of a target creature by suggesting.
Nope, not at all.
Activity.
Okay, yeah. So these guys.
The suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the activity sound reasonable.
I think that they were probably the ones that weren't fascinated were probably too busy listening to your song to actually catch you suggest anything.
Is this a very reasonable suggestion? I would probably say not. It's just a regular suggestion.
It's a regular suggestion, yes.
Saving throw will negate.
Okay.
It doesn't say.
Well, they all failed, so. Oh yeah, it's an extra will save.
It's an extra will save.
Okay.
But it doesn't say
very well
exactly what
against
it is.
the same DC.
I'm not sure. I guess it says as per the spell, and it's a 2nd level bard spell apparently. This is all getting a bit complicated.
Then it would be. Then it would be against 17.
17, yeah.
Because it's the level of the spell
plus my modifier, which is 5.
Relevant modifier plus 10. So. Okay.
Yeah, it says 17 on my spell sheet as well. Fingers crossed.
Wow, fails.
Yes.
Terrible rolls from these guards.
Yes, perfect.
So yeah, that sounds reasonable to this guard captain as she says, "Oh, I've forgotten something, man. Quick, if you follow me for a moment, I think I'll need all of you for this." And she is gonna move.
And we should hit the ones inside as well. Oh no.
And these two are just going along because they're also fascinated. These other two are a bit skeptical for a second, but then say...
Can I roll to be the most innocent and cute looking I can possibly be?
And these other two say, I suppose that Captain Frederick's inside still, so we'll just go along.
Ah, dang it, so I guess that he's not under her. It helps at least.
So these guards are...
How does this help?
Hold on, I've still got my
It gets
part 2
5
of the
out
plan.
8 of the guards away.
Part 2 of the plan is in action. It's going to be in action. So this lasts for quite a while, by the way. It lasts for an hour a level or until completed. So
does it last outside of earshot?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And to cast the range, it has to be close, which I was. I was, within 25 feet.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it will.
That's
keep
fair enough.
going
Okay, so these guards
it runs out, or
have left.
I'm gonna wait until they've got towards I'm gonna wait a while, 10 minutes or so. Hope Glanvire's okay out there. Maybe 5 minutes.
With an over 30 roll for that for climb, I think he's very fine. He's probably perched on a guardrail somewhere.
Looking at some pigeons. Feeling a bit bored. A bit chilly,
Hmm.
maybe.
He's managed to put his feet under something and he's doing crunches outside the window.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. So these guards now sort of, they're downstairs. They're possibly even out of the building if I wait 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay, I'm then going to go up to this door and knock on it.
Okay. So, just a moment. So they are sort of coming downstairs.
They're probably going to hear the knocking, but they probably can't see me because I'm so short. The window's just empty.
So yeah, and these doors don't have windows. So,
oh, they don't. Okay, I'm still knocking.
They hear a knock, and one of them, Glanvar, you can see that who you assume to be Captain Frederick, is moving and opens the door and says, "Who are you?
Something terrible happened to all your guards.
Explain yourself."
I don't know, all your guards just suddenly got up and walked off like they were enchanted. Something terrible's happened, I just know it.
Oh, bloody hell. Alright, men, with me.
Nice. I didn't even roll anything.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that is definitely an alarming situation. And then he says, no, wait. Benny, you stay there, boy. We'll handle this. Sure, Captain. And they quickly run off. And they ask, where did they go?
They just walked off like they were, they'd just been told to go downstairs. I don't know what happened. It was so scary.
Right. Well, in the meantime, you two get out of there. Whatever this is, it might still be hanging around.
Yes, we will.
Come with us.
Oh, but I need to get my book from the library. I'll just go grab it.
Fine, quickly then.
Thyra, can you distract them?
Or are
they just keeping going as I move?
And I'm there as a reassuring defensive presence, so it's fine.
Okay, so are they
now that knock out this guard and we're good?
No, I've got a plan for that as well.
Okay,
Have they moved out of eye shot, the other two, or are they waiting for me?
Yes, they have left.
Okay.
Is this guard got his back to the window?
Yes, he is. He's looking at the door.
I'm going to very carefully try and see if he can move the window or open it a little bit as quietly as possible.
Can I cast Deep Slumber?
You certainly may. Glanvar, roll stealth to open the window. Dave, do whatever you gotta do to...
I don't know, I've never used the spell before. My first time.
Okay, yeah. That's definitely enough. You can open the window a bit.
Good old stealth team.
And this fellow does not hear you doing so.
Causes does this target like it just says well, I'll probably have to get a little bit closer. Am I within 10 feet? I'm not within 10 feet, am I? Am I within 15 feet or am I within 10 feet?
Do the thingy.
I can't like how's
The
this
distance eraser.
Yeah, I am.
You could just come in through the door and then do it on it.
Yeah, if I walk in and then instantly bamf. This
I'm
might
assuming
catch.
it's a...
Depending on how the spell works, this might catch Thyra.
Well, I'm fine.
Well, if you're within 10 feet.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, hang
on. Sleep spell causes a magical slumber to come upon, in my instance, 10 hit dice of creatures. Creatures with the fewest hit dice are affected first.
Right, so it'd hit him. It says that it affects 10 hit dice worth of creatures. There's no way that dude has more than 10 hit dice.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have more than 10 hit dice, so...
Nope.
Random mooks anything, isn't?
8, I think.
And, well, it says that the spell functions like sleep, except it affects 10 hit dice of targets. Does that mean that it would only have the will save of a level 1 bard spell, which sleep is, rather than level 3?
No. Definitely
it'd
not.
have the corresponding spell level DC.
Exactly.
Oh, good. That's a relief. That would be another 18 then, I believe.
Okay. So... what is the save for that?
I think it's a will. Will negates. Spell resistance, yes.
What's the DC?
18. Again. Man, having a 20 in charisma is great.
That cut out for a second.
18.
I didn't hit
1-8. 18.
18, okay. Plus 3. No, okay, that fails.
Hey!
Wow.
MVP.
These guys do not have great will saves. So yeah, that succeeds, and this guy just... Hey, wait a second. What? Don't come in. And he just slumps, and his halberd clatters onto the ground.
I'll like gently prop that up and shut the door behind us in case those students notice.
Yep.
We have 8 minutes until he wakes up.
Is there a lock on the door?
Yes.
We can push a chair.
However, you can't immediately see the key.
Oh, okay. Is there a chair in here?
A chair? Yes, there is one over here.
I put a chair under the door handle and shut it.
Okay. I cannot move that because it is part of the map, but I will.
Need you to do the climbing after.
Okay, yeah, and in the meantime, like Glanvar is entering the room.
But you looked really cool,
Glanvar. Slightly annoyed.
You looked really cool. We appreciate it.
Okay, no, I do not have a chair. That's fair enough.
I'm doing it.
Okay, so you guys have gotten into. I will give this guy.
Can everyone see that?
Yes, yes, we can.
There we go. Very good. Okay, you guys have gotten into Peachwood's office, and at least for now, it's fair game to look around. I think that is probably a good moment, as you guys are in the office, and as Sigmund is making his move, whatever he is doing in the main hall.
Sigmund is being Sigmund.
It is probably a good time to leave off for this session.
Okay, that suits. Cool.
I need to knock off my spell.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Cool, stealthy
good session, guys. I think we can probably end the stream at that point.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
Bye, stream.
Bye.